Such a big Ryu fan. I always getting to see him kind of land those combos. Brings joy to my heart.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, well, we are fighting games like, right? So seeing Ryu and Shadows do well is kind of fun for us. I know a lot of Smash community doesn't really like him, but I love seeing just the combo.
One of my favorite things Smash Bros. Is that they do play the same games. I know. We're going to go ahead and throw over to a quick break. We'll be back in just.
Hello and welcome back. Hopefully we are audible now. Hopefully. Just a little bit of technical issues here, but there always is a little bit, but that's okay. We're about to go into our next round for today. Going to be Dom versus Lamp on our main setup here. Should be exciting to see. I'm interested to see what kind of characters get picked here, because I don't think neither of these players are on the varsity team. Neither of these players I don't think we've seen on stream before in previous GSGs. So completely just like, this is new ground, so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see what these players are going to choose. But, you know, we've seen a lot of different versatility with character options in Granite State Grind in general. You know, locals as sort of a format are a lot easier to see lower level characters, as you were mentioning before, just because it's not as competitive. It definitely is still competitive. Like, you want to do your best, you want to perform as much as possible, but to the point of being like optimized to perfection, you know, lower tier characters can succeed a lot easier in a local setting, as we've seen with a lot of like quote unquote low tier characters. So it's very interesting, and that's one reason why I like locals more than I like top level play, because you sort of, in a lot of games, maybe not Smash specifically, but in a lot of games you just see sort of the same like 3 characters being chosen over and over and over again. At least Smash Ultimate, there's so many characters that are good in this game that you see a large variety of characters, but you know, it's still kind of nice when you go to a local to be able to see these one-trick players who know and can perform on these really weird character choices that you might not have seen on streamer stuff. Like, for example, like Link, Isabel mains, you know, you can see characters that you don't normally see being played at such a proficient level, and just they sort of make you question whether they need to be higher on the tier list or not, you know?
That is also one of my favorite parts about locals, is kind of how you do have like pocket metas, because in Smash in particular, a lot of people don't play online just because of how the online is, right? It can be very hit or miss if you just go into the online matchmaking. So for a lot of people, there's these sort of pocket metas in regions. Like, if in your city, the local that you go to, if there's not a good Roy player there, if there's not a good like Lucina player there, you might just not know how to fight against sorties, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And also just not seeing that option represented, where you don't see like, oh, well, if there's no sorties here, then these other characters might be good, or like, oh, in this region, this character is super good. Like, oh, this region has a crazy King K rule, so like, he's the best character in this region. No one knows how to fight him. And when you get into those pocket metas, you get into some really, really interesting stuff. And when you see like the bigger, like sort of national tournaments, you see a lot less of that, because you get like, oh, these are the best people from every region all coming together. Whereas here, it's like, oh, well, there's just not a good, I mean, this isn't true for New Hampshire, but it's like, oh, there's not a good Rob player here, so like, I don't know how to play against Rob, right?
It's like how like Lima is the best in Texas, you know, he plays Bayonetta. Like, it's entirely like a different meta in general that you see in like different states, different even like sub-regions, like especially with like NorCal, SoCal, you know, you have East Coast, like New England, then you have Tri-State, which are separate. So like, you see a bunch of different pocket metas come out, but it looks like we're getting into game right now, and we're seeing a Ken versus a Sephiroth.
Yeah, gonna be Dome on the Sephiroth versus Lamp on the Ken. It'll be interesting, very much that kind of rushdown versus zoner play style we're gonna see here, and already we're seeing Lamp rush down very, very effectively, get this ledge pressure up immediately, and Dome at the moment just trying to play back a little bit, trying to get some good decent damage here. That up smash just barely not gonna hit, just skimming the bottom of him there, but he started to come back in now. Lamp finding some damage here, but both sides just kind of waiting for an opportunity to find a big hit there, and there it is, a potentially big hit, but a good counter comes through, gonna even things up a little bit and give Dom that center space that he needs.
Yeah, definitely. This match is going to be extremely interesting because, you know, you can just burst down characters like that really well, but Sephiroth is known as sort of a zoner, so it's going to be sort of the classic, oh, is it rushdown or zoner, who's going to win, which we see in multiple games, so definitely that, but Ken right now can just output so much damage, getting him to 62 already. Definitely not a true combo, but getting those good reads on where Sephiroth is going to move, so very well played, and we're just going to sort of see like Ken try to rush down Sephiroth, and Sephiroth throw out those long hitboxes like we just saw right there.
Yeah, Ken really does have to commit a lot to actually try and get. I mean, this is all rushdown character. They have to commit so much, but he's able to find that kill there off the top. Now 1-2 right now. Dome's going to be down a stock at the moment, and Lamp has a lot of wiggle room to kind of work with here on his approach. Does have to actually get back up onto the stage. Will get grabbed there, sent back off again, while Dome continues to charge up. Going to set it out though completely with not going to find the connect there, and now Lamp back center stage, potentially find some room to do something here, but another counter comes through, and he's going to pick up even more damage.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, Ken can just output a lot of damage really quickly, but Sephiroth has such long hitboxes that it's really hard for Ken to get in right now, as we're sort of seeing. Sephiroth's doing a good job, at least this stock, of zoning Ken out a lot better, throwing out those quick, nice side Bs, but Ken actually does manage to get in. This might be a kill, doesn't actually manage to succeed, but is in a sticky situation for Sephiroth on the ledge. Reversal right now. Sephiroth does get center stage, but just back and forth as to who has control right now. Ken sort of charging up focus, gets hit by the neutral bait. Sephiroth hitting the uppy, but barely doesn't hit, and then the Shoryuken just kills.
The punish on the recovery, really, really nicely done from Lamp there to close out that first game in this set. Very, very clean execution on the finish of that. I mean, I like this matchup a lot. You get to see a lot of, like
Yeah.
we were talking about Rushdown versus Zoner, but Sephiroth is very much one of those characters who really, really is trying to control a lot of space with his super long normals. Once he actually gets up close and in your face, it's very hard for him to actually secure a lot of ground. That's why we're going to see the switch from Dome over to Link off of the Sephiroth. I like this a lot. You know, you kind of lose a lot of the zoning normals, but you get a lot of zoning specials.
Yeah, definitely. I think that Link is definitely a better option into this matchup. Sephiroth doesn't really have good disadvantage state. Like, he has his Nair, but it doesn't come out as quickly as Link's Nair does. So I think it's definitely a better option, but we see just Ken just bursting down Link really quickly. Link not really knowing exactly how to get out of those combos really easily, but definitely has decent advantage state. Ken kicking him off stage might be a kill here. Link does manage to get the up. He rolls, but the Shoryuken coming out perfectly played, reading that roll. Well played. And we see really Link just trying his best to get center stage, but not perfectly managing to do it, as Ken has those quick turnarounds, allowing him to catch Link's rolls, as Link doesn't have one of the best rolls in the game, but the missed air dodge, that's so unfortunate.
Just getting stuffed right there. Lamp only at 30%, still on his third stock right now. Dome in such a tough spot right now. Really has to try and even this up quickly. The folks that going to eat that hit, but still just hanging on to center stage right here. Lamp not losing any ground, but Dome will start to go on in. He's on the other end of him now. This is a scary situation for him. He's off the ledge at the moment, tries to go in down deep, but gets stage spiked there, but he's not going to be able to recover, and that is Dome down and out. A good set there from Lamp. Really, really strong Ken play.
Yeah, that was just very unfortunate, especially with that air dodge. That's just, you know, what happens in these type of tournaments where you just don't necessarily get exactly what you want to do. So it's just unfortunate to see. But both players played really well from what we saw. You know, Sephiroth was doing a really good job at zoning. Sort of center of the stage, keeping Ken away, but Ken just had way too much damage in this type of matchup, and those two characters didn't necessarily have the best disadvantage state to get out of Ken's combos, so it's just unfortunate to see.
And I think it's in a situation, right, where Ken is one of those characters who will just snowball, because the moment he is up a stock and actually has life that he can work with, that he can really spend on just getting hit, trying to go in for rushdowns, he gets so much more sort of lenience to actually go in, find these really aggressive plays, and take big risks, which is something that Ken definitely wants to do, is try and just get in as fast as possible, lock you down. And that's something that he's able to do so much when he has that life lead.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Ken's, as you know, or you were saying, is very good with the life lead and is just such a good burst type of character. So it's really, really what Ken's trying to do is just sort of force you into bad positions, sort of like Fox's game plan. Like, a lot of people say, well, Fox can just true combo you across the entire stage. Well, it's not really that. It's more that he just takes away the options that you have, because he can react to what you're doing. He can react to roll in, roll out, neutral tech, and get such big punishes off of those that you don't have a lot of options. And it's pretty much the same thing with Ken, where he just forces you into bad situations until you make a mistake where he can kill you from it.
Next up, we're going to see Insignia versus Rotten Lunch. These are two of our varsity players who are coming up and competing here on stream right now. This is going to be exciting to see. Insignia is, one of the players. He's a Bowser Corrin player, which we've seen lately, who's been, playing really, really well lately. Same thing with Rotten Lunch, who's just been able to. I mean, our varsity team has been absolutely killing it lately, and I'm super happy with how they've been performing. So seeing varsity versus varsity up here on stream, I mean, it's bound to happen, right? They're already on campus. Why not have them come on in. But it is going to be definitely a treat to see as we see. It might just be, I'm not sure if there's a button where we're not, but Corrin versus Ridley might be looking to be our first matchup here.
Yeah, very interesting. You know, I kind of wanted to see the two big bodies come out, but not really going to happen. We haven't seen Insignia's Corrin too much. We've seen mostly his Bowser, but Insignia's Corrin is really good as someone who's played at least once. It's very, very, very good. So we're really going to, this match, just see both players sort of just go to their skill sets. You know, Ridley is one of those characters that just have a lot of big moves and can sort of just zone you out a lot easier. One of the more zoner, big body type of characters. But Corrin is also kind of a juggler. You know, Corrin's up air is just one of the best moves, really best up airs for any sortie in the game. Can just, oh my god, the pin coming out right at the ledge. That was insane. But Corrin can really just sort of juggle you around the stage and then get those kills with those pins like we're seeing, or maybe with up B. Two very powerful kill moves on Corrin's arsenal. But Ridley isn't something to laugh home about as well, because Ridley does have them crazy smash attacks. The down B is good. Doesn't really hit in a lot of like tournament play usually, but Ridley does have a lot of interesting abilities that can help him against Corrin. Definitely with those fireballs, as we sort of see, but Corrin just has such a good recovery. It's really hard to do anything.
A lot of really good ledge control coming out here from Rotten Lunch on the Ridley. Just seeing the fireballs. When he's up on that platform, they're at such a good angle to actually kind of stuff a lot of recoveries here. But we see Insignia, I mean, he's back on stage. He's 136%, so living on fumes at the moment. But he's still in a decent position right now, trying to get back on stage. That pin is so good at controlling so much area. And now it's going to be Ron Lunch, who is off stage. Oh, no. The down air is going to send him straight down. I mean, that evens up the stock, right? You can't feel too bad about that. It's not 2-2, but still going to be a little bit of an unfortunate occurrence there.
Yeah, definitely. It's sort of a sticky situation for Rotten Lunch still, even though he did get that stock from Corrin missing that down air. It's still really hard because you are up 50% right now. So Ridley does have the ability to definitely get someone to high percent, but he actually misses the up B. That's so unfortunate. Just very sad to see, but you know, Ridley does do a lot of damage, so we might be able to see something come back. Corrin is at a high percent, so it's not necessarily the worst, but as you see, Corrin's just absolutely juggling Ridley right now. Ridley being a big body and not really having the best disadvantage, so it's so hard for them to really get out right now, but that jump into down air actually did a lot. But the down smash sending directly up, that was very well played on that ledge, reading the roll.
All right, 1-1 now. I mean, at the moment, Ron Lunch is starting to get pretty high up there in terms of damage, but that is a number. I mean, especially on Ridley, you can very easily make up 80% if he's able to find himself in a pretty decent advantage state here, but he's got to secure center stage first. And for Insignia, he's really going to want to try and fight for that. With Corrin, who's able to kind of control so much space with their normals and their abilities, it is really important for them to just be able to get control of the stage. So you're going to see a very, very tough fight over the middle right now, both sides. I mean, no one really wants to go too crazy trying to push the advantage at the moment.
Right now we see the stocks evened up more or less, but Ridley, as we sort of saw, does a decent amount of damage. They can just sort of keep Corrin in disadvantage, but it's a little bit difficult. But the back air coming out from Corrin actually doesn't kill. That's so surprising. Corrin trying to get the pin, doesn't actually manage to get it. Sort of just hovering around right now. Ridley's trying to get off ledge, gets the dash attack, gets center control, but the pin coming out, putting him on top of the platform, so a little bit of Corrin jank, but actually manages to get the kill with the tipper of the pin. Very well played.
You say Corrin jank, I say Corrin mastery, right? It is very much one of those characters. You kind of have to get used to playing around the jank and kind of how pin works, as it is one of those abilities that can have unexpected results sometimes. So
yeah,
kind of knowing when those results are consistent and what makes those tick is really big. We're going to see them run it back on the Corrin versus Ridley. Both these characters, I mean, they have decent character pools, or both these players have decent character pools here. You know, Insignia, like I said, he plays Bowser. Ron Lunch also plays Ike. So seeing them run it back here, being committed to this kind of working this matchup and figuring exactly how this kind of plays is something I really like.
Yeah, definitely. You know, one thing that I will say, as I mentioned before, is Corrin just has a outputs a lot of damage on each individual hit. So if Ridley can get these couple of reads, it can do a lot, but you know, it's just so hard, especially when Corrin as a character just can juggle you infinitely, because Ridley doesn't have the best disadvantage, along with a lot of big body characters in general. It's hard for them to really get out, as their air dodge sort of towards the end can get caught. The pin just coming out of what we've seen over and over and over again by Insignia. That pin is just so well placed every single time, really knowing the perfect distance to do that. Oh my god, great forward smash by Rotten Lunch.
Yeah, able to even things up now, 2-2. Not a lot of change, and Life actually completely evening things up. And now as Rotten Lunch tries to go in, does get punished on the recovery by a grab, but it's going to be Insignia who's playing around this ledge right now, trying to stuff the comeback in. Now it goes in for the downer on the ledge. We're going to miss the 2 frames. They try and fight around center stage right now. The pin goes through. We're going to get punished on the recovery. 35 to 80. A lot of life difference here, but Ron Lunch is making it up right now as he tries to get the juggle to come out. Pretty much has completely made up the difference. Has actually taken the lead right now, and the fireball's coming through. Going to stuff the recovery, but not fully. Coins with his character is able to get back up from a very, very long distance. Pin comes through to secure that center stage space, and now we're in a juggle situation here, and that's not where you want to be right now. The star KO comes through. That's going to be Insignia. Secures that stock lead. We'll see for exactly how long, though, because he does... He's very high up there, almost dying right there.
You know, as we see sort of in this match, Ridley just output so much damage. You know, you saw like 5 neutral interactions. Ridley win like 3 and got into the same extent. See this with these type of characters. So yeah, but one thing that I would like to mention is that Corrin is at a lot higher percent. This game has been a lot more even as time goes on. I think mostly due to that missed up B, it's a lot more even. So we will see maybe Ridley get this kill. Corrin is at 159, so I think really any move will kill at this point. But Corrin, it might just be able to get the juggle over and over and over again, as we've seen before. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult situation.
I mean, this is a lot of extra credit right here. And so, yeah, we see that red spark once again, but it's still not going to kill as it comes back up to the ledge. Just back on stage right now, trying to stay alive. We'll get punished on the end of that counter, though. And now it's down to our final stock for both sides. But Ron Lunch going to be at 80% and a really long recovery on that's going to get punished off of that. Insignia has a chance to build up some extra damage here, but Ron Lunch could be able to land pretty safely and start to actually fight back here. Over 100% to 20% right now. Like I said, that is a lot of a difference in life at the moment, and we're going to see Rob Lunch just getting tossed around, but we'll be able to get back on stage, no problem. Start to find some damage of his own. See, find some windows here, but still just having a tough time keeping his feet on the ground.
Yeah, one thing that I'd actually like to point out is that Insignia actually managed to realize that you can mash on Ridley's side B, but the side B actually coming out, just barely killing Ridby. Very well played by both players.
Yeah, a really, really good set there. I mean, as you see when we have our varsity players come out there, there's that huge level of familiarity, right? Because they've all played against each other so much. You know that they've got that kind of acute awareness of how they play their characters, and maybe that's a reason why they were kind of going for the Corrin versus Ridley, right? Because that is,
definitely.
I'd say very much kind of their main characters that you usually see them play is Bowser and Ike. So trying to go for something a little bit more in the pocket, I like that. I like that, especially playing against someone that you know really well. I think that something like that, it probably had a decent beat on kind of how the other players Corrin or how the other players Ridley was going to play, but kind of switching off to your secondary, I like that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when you play someone for a long enough time, you kind of develop your own like personal metas with each other. You know, you figure out each other's habits a lot and really how to mix it up. So sometimes when you see 2 like high level players playing each other, or people who are just used to each other, you might see like the most like weirdest options ever just come out from both players, and it's just like something that they've just developed over time. Like maybe just randomly down and smashing in like center stage will work because both players just have such a good grasp of each other that they can throw crazy options that you would never expect. So it's really fun to watch players who have, you know, played each other over and over and over and over again. It's something very special to see.
We were talking about how there's a lot of that on the varsity team, but there's definitely a lot of that at locals as well, because a lot of these players, you know, they've been here at GSG, they've played against each other at GSG before, but they've also played against each other at other locals in the New Hampshire area before and in the New England area. So these are, you know, for a lot of the players here that you're going to see kind of hit top 8, hit top 4, it is a situation where they very much probably know who they're playing against, right? And they probably got a decent idea of like who they play, how they play. Some of these players have probably done scouting at some point in the past before on some of these people, so it's definitely going to be a situation where you really do have a lot of not just character matchups, but player matchups and kind of how they know, like how they know exactly what the other player's thinking, how they play, what their patterns are. A lot of that recognition you see come out in settings like this, and it is one of the coolest parts, I think, of just like playing the same pool of players for such a long period of time, which is one of the things that Smash has, where you really do have to play with the people who are close to you, so you do develop a lot of that sense.
Oh yeah, definitely. You see this a lot just in these, more local-centric fighting games. It definitely with FGC and definitely with Smash as well. You see people who go to locals just meet people that they already know and really develop a meta with each other over and over and over again. And we are seeing two players that I believe we've seen before, correct? I think so.
Yeah, these are two players that we have seen before here, but we're going to see, Cabello on the Rob. We see a lot of Rob on these streams especially. I think the last GSG we had 2 Robs in the top 3, which was really, really funny to see.
Yeah, we saw that Rob Ditto come out at one point in that, but we've seen this Pit player before. Actually surprised me like crazy. I never thought Pit was like a decent character, but seeing Pit being able to be played at this level of proficiency, it kind of shocked me. But I think this was one of the Rob players that actually did manage to get top 3 last time, and I believe this Pit player got past top 8, right?
Yeah, we saw a pretty decent amount of Pit in the last GSG. It was a character, like you said, it was surprising to see because Pit is very much one of those characters who, I think Pit is a pretty honest character. You don't have a lot of kind of gimmicks to really fall back on, so you have to be just very solid fundamentally, and that's one of the coolest things to actually see here on stream. But we're seeing already, Escape at 130%, 137% now, still trying. He's got ledge right now. He's not really in a super dangerous position, and he's got a chance to actually build up a lot of damage here on Cabela here. See, one of the best things about Pit is this kind of situation when you're actually on the ledge playing that advantage. You got a lot of tools to deal with that. You got your arrows, you got your armored moves, you got some pretty decent tools to work with, but we'll be able to get center stage there for Cabela. But now the situation has changed a little bit here. Escape going to be able to roll through there, avoid that follow-up pressure, but the grab comes out. Gonna get the slam, a dunk onto that top platform there and take that first stock there. It's been a minute, but that was only the first stock. Cabela at 99% though. We'll see how much longer this stock lasts for.
Yeah, we see right now just sort of Rob just keeping Pit on this sort of side of the stage. We saw that crazy combo come out like at the start of the game with that fair to like jab lock into forward smash. That got a lot of damage up on this Pit, and Pit really hasn't been able to get something of equivalency to really get the game back in sort of their favor. So they've just been going up right now. So it's very unfortunate to see, but Rob as a character just has so many tools. Well, you were saying that Pit's more of an honest character, doesn't really have any of those tricks or gimmicks, so it's really hard to do anything. You just kind of have to play your game as Pit because you really just got your Nair, your fair, and then like that like arrows, but Rob has like 2 projectiles, like crazy down air. Nair can just come out. He technically has 0 to death with gyro dropping into Nair, so you have all these crazy tools, which is why I was so surprised last year. Very good down smash. Why I was surprised last year to see Pit be played at such a level, because this Pit player is really good as well. So I'm very excited to sort of see how this game goes, because Pit, at least from what we saw last time, could actually come back really good. It had a couple really good combos that we saw with like Nair into fair, like up tilt, up air. I think he dragged down at one point, stuff like that. So yeah, very interesting to see. Hopefully we can get sort of the game coming back, but this is their first game, so they definitely have one more game coming up.
A good reflect there coming out to take a lot of space for him there. Cabela now on the ledge and finding even more opportunities here to get some big damage and Escape at 150%. Not in a dangerous situation, just trying to play around this here, and we'll see just juggling him once again, continuing to almost send him off the top, barely not finding that kill, and now just shielding in front of each other at the moment, trying to find an opportunity, trying to find the opportunity for a punish here. Both these players want to play safe. They don't want to go too crazy with this, especially when both these characters, they're pretty hard to kill, but this grab is likely going to result in a dead Pit right there. Now 1-2 Cabela. We'll see. Like I said, running on fumes at the moment. Well, an Escape already in a situation where he gets to play the advantage here. Both these characters are very, very hard to kill off of the ledge like this. You kind of essentially have to get them up to these high percentages where you can actually send them off the ledge just from a hit on stage. But we'll see now. Cabela getting a chance to build up some damage here on this platform, and if you're Escape, you really don't want to see that number ticking up right there. This is all extra credit for Cabela, and every single percent that he gets right here on the stock is going to be even more that goes into his setup that he can really start to run next stock, and that's going to be we see Cabela died there, but Escape is 60% right now, a pretty decent life deficit to work around.
Yeah, definitely. As we saw in this sort of game, we've seen Pit actually seemingly get more confidence as the game sort of has gone on, really feeling themselves a lot more with the type of plays that they're making, able to sort of pull out a lot more. So that happened last stock, really evening it up towards the end, but sort of has been going on a run with Rob right now, not really allowing the Pit to do a lot. But we might see Pit actually manage to come back like we did last and the first stock. So, if they could it up and Pitt can get the first kill, it's still very possible for them to win this.
Escape at 125% right now. Cabela's still at 30. Like that life deficit is just getting bigger and bigger. But Escape getting a chance to play around this gyro, getting some good damage off of it, finding some good screen space as well. We'll finally go off the ledge there. Cabela going in for that shield poke. Gonna be able to find one little spot of damage right there, but Escape just trying to get in, is going to get grabbed, is going to get buried, and hit with the up smash there. Going to send him off the top, and that's going to be Cabela with a really, really clean game right there.
Yeah, definitely really clean. I was just very unfortunate as we were seeing, Pitt has been constantly coming back from a deficit in these games, but just wasn't able to get those kills. It's so hard for Pitt to really get kills in general, just because of his character. It doesn't have a lot of options like smash attacks, side B, or arrows to gimp off stage. Not really a lot to do. So it was very unfortunate as they were really just winning neutral more towards the second half of each stock, really bringing things back, but just, it kept going in Rob's favor after getting the kills.
Yeah, Pitt is one of those characters who's really, really good at building percentage, but has a tough time actually cashing out on that without going for some really high-risk kind of options to work with. We'll see a lot of the time Pitt just kind of trying to go for these situations where he builds you up to 140% before he really starts to kill you. But, the same thing happens with Cabela if you're on Rob, where both of these characters, like I said, they're just so hard to kill where you really got to build up right now, but seen him come off the ledge already, and you see even with that spark there, he's still staying alive. He got back on stage from that. These characters, I wouldn't say they're durable, but their recovery is just so crazy.
One thing that I would like to mention as well is this stage seems a lot better for Pitt, as we just saw with that combo sort of coming out. But we've seen Pitt go down and down over again with these percentages, and we've seen him come back over and over and over again. It's just really hard because Rob has such good kill confirms that are just able to catch Pitt a lot easier. Pitt doesn't have a lot. He has down tilt Jair. That's about it for actual good kill confirms. And we saw this kill come out from Rob, and it's just very unfortunate to see. Rob is at 67 right now, but we've really seen Pitt come back before, so hopefully they will be able to do it again.
Escape now has center stage right now, just trying to play around Cabela, trying to get in right now. He really wants to try and find that so he can run his game, but he's going to get sent off there now. 2-2, evening things up. The life deficit not too bad. And Escape immediately going to find some extra damage right here. The center platform's doing a lot of work for him, but now he's the one stuck up on there. He's going to reflect the gyro. Has to worry about that in the middle of the stage, but we'll see. Escape is now just... He's having a tough time getting back up here, but Cabela's going to be the one who's on the ledge now. Gyro goes through, finding that damage on the ground, and now Escape is once again off the side, just going coast to coast, trying to stay alive right now, deflecting that gyro back, mostly just displacing it. A big laser comes through to find that damage and just continuing to tick him up and up. Cabela only at 40% will finally find an opportunity for Escape to hit that, or to land that hit that he's needed, and now he has a chance to play the advantage right here, but Cabela immediately going to just strike back and start to fight for the center stage once again. The Nair coming through, building up some damage big, but once again just skirmishing right back and forth, trading hits, trading pressure.
We, as we sort of said before, Pitt has evened up the game right now. Side B coming out, making it so he can get back to stage. And, if he can get these couple of kills, it should be really good. But it's just so hard to edge guard Rob just because of how much thruster boost he has. The kill throw not actually being able to kill, one of Pitt's biggest downsides is that those false sparks on his kill throw are really hard. Right now, a very high percent for both players. Back air coming out for Rob right now. Pitt having center control right now with arrows. Hopefully he's able to do something at the moment.
And this is the momentum that Cabela needs right now. It's kind of shifted back into his favor as Escape is on his final stock right now, 160%, a lot of damage built up. But this is kind of exactly how the last game went as well. It's just Cabela's been sitting so long at this high percentage that he's really able to just get so much extra damage tacked on for free. We'll be able to even things up there as Escape going to break things 1-1. Still 48% though, so going to start to build up some damage though, gets himself in the advantage state here, trying to play around this ledge, but Cabela gets back in, the Nair hits once again, just trying to find some extra damage, juggling him, pretty much even the odds at this point. Can be pretty much anyone's game right now, but Escape at the moment has just got complete control of this ledge and is just, Cabela cannot find his way back on the ground.
Yeah, you know, it's really hard when Pitt just has these up air juggles over and over and over again. Rob is a decently big character, doesn't really have any good options to get on the ground a lot easier. You know, he can land with fastball nair, but that's really about it. But that's really predictable. You know, he can go to one side or the other, so it's really a 50-50. Oh, but managing to get the jab lock, not actually being perfectly true, though. Forward smash not hitting the sweet spot. So both characters are at like 100%. This is a bit scary for Pitt being on ledge right now. Ledge Trump trying to come out. Sort of, the down air. That's so unfortunate. Sort of just sliding across the stage, not really snapping enough. It's just unfortunate to see.
I mean, that's why Rob is so scary, right? We saw him so much in the last GSG, and it's because he's such a consistent character. The gameplay he gets to run, when he does get to run his game, is so scary. It's so oppressive. The gyros come out. The big hitboxes come out. The recovery's so good. He's so hard to deal with. He's such an alarmingly consistent character, and because of that, I think he's a really great tournament pick where you kind of have to, it's very much an endurance test, you know? Like, you got these characters like, you know, you've got characters like Kazuya, you know, characters like Joker who are really good characters, you know, kind of in like the meta on a chart. They're really great, but in actual tournament play, it's such an endurance game, and you need characters that are consistent. You need characters that you can consistently perform on, characters that have consistent matchup charts. Those are the characters that you really see thrive in these kind of tournament environments, are the ones who, you know, don't have those high risk options, the ones who can low risk, high reward, kind of run their game as much as possible.
Yeah, Rob really has a lot of versatility as a character. You know, he's great kill confirms with his grounded throw. He also has his up throw on platforms, which can kill as well. He has great aerials. His down tilt is probably one of the best in the game, being able to both jab lock and trip really easily, and he has 2 projectiles. So very, very good character.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see a lot more of him as we start to move up the bracket. We're going to throw to a quick break real quick. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay tuned for more GSG. Hello and welcome back to Granite State Grind as we get into our top 6. Not a number you hear too often in top, but we're here for our top 6. We're excited. We're living. We've got winners finals coming up right now, and then we're going to be looking in on the losers side of the bracket while we get ready to go up to our grand finals. So definitely a lot of exciting, big impact matches coming up here in just a moment. We got Insignia versus Cabela for our next match. So this is two big ones, right? Top of the bracket at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen both of these players play extremely well in both GSGs. At least that I've been at so far. So yeah, we've seen them play extremely well. I'm very excited to see how this match goes because both of these characters are really fun to watch. Cabela's Rob is one of the more fun Robs, I would say. Not really as campy as most Robs are. Really just rushing you down with those forward air down tail combos, and just Insignia's Corn's always just a beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah, these are two very, very good players right now, very experienced on these characters that they are currently playing. We'll see. Well, a lot of really interesting kind of pace in this game because Insignia is very much. He wants to be juggling a lot, but he also has to avoid a lot of Cabela's game plan. Which he's going to be very good at kind of setting up and get running right now. But he is currently playing around the ledge at the moment. Both these players are going to be kind of playing around these gyros in a very interesting way, which really, really nice hit right there. Cabela now 106% off the left side of the stage, trying to get back up, but Insignia is going to let him actually get back towards center stage right now. We're back to neutral.
Yeah, we've seen sort of as this game's gone on, Insignia just being able to just juggle Cabela over and over and over again. But, it's really what Corrin just does as a character. Corrin, though, has a little bit of trouble killing. You can obviously do Jers with your back air, with like Nair back air stuff. You obviously have pin, like as we just saw. So you have a couple options, but Rob has those very easy kill confirms, really just with the down throw, or really just with any of the throws. So we should see Rob really just kind of try to get Corrin into a decent disadvantage state because Corrin doesn't necessarily, compared to the other sword characters, have the easiest disadvantage in the world. Thank you. Easiest disadvantage in the world. So yeah, it's something to really abuse as Rob is Corrin's bad disadvantage. But as we're just seeing over and over and over again, Insignia is just juggling Rob because Rob also doesn't have a good disadvantage. Rob can't really get down from these high sort of areas because he really only has fast fall Nair as his only option to get down. So it's a bit difficult. And we've just seen Insignia's Corrin just do so much in this game, just being able to hit those up airs perfectly and get those pins over and over and over again. Oh, maybe a stage spike, but oh my God, barely. Those magnet hands.
Able to latch back on both of these players near death at the moment, but it looks like Insignia was going to get taken off at the top there as Cabela's able to even things up just a little bit 2-2. Only a little bit even though, it's still at 106%. Will go off the side there, and that's a stock lead for Insignia. 0-2-0. Cabela's got a lot of ground to cover here. Got to climb up pretty far to make up this difference, and already Insignia is starting off on the right foot forward.
Yeah, really what we're seeing is just Corrin abusing Rob's bad disadvantage over and over and over again. Rob has the ability to really just rush down with those fairs down tilts, but it's not as good as Corrin being able to juggle just with up air fairs and stuff over and over and over again. But both players are doing exceptionally good with their characters so far. Really been playing around their strong points, but as we've just seen, it's just Corrin just being able to just rush down Rob. It's kind of a hard matchup.
We'll see now. Cabela's playing around a pretty good range, right? Insignia is going to be able to find that nice opening hit to be able to close the distance. Now playing around the ledge, Cabela will get that center stage presence back, and now starting to move in on Insignia around the ledge. Laser's going to go just a little bit wide, clashing a little bit there, but we'll be able to get the berry, trying to get the follow, but not going to find it. Now, Insignia just playing around this ledge so well. Cabela is so far down. Insignia is barely able to get back up. Almost got stuffed by that gyro. A little bit of a scary situation right there, but now just trying to stay alive at the moment, but they almost barely killing, or barely not killing there.
Yeah, it's just a very scary situation for Rob right now being in these type of positions, but manages to get the read on the neutral tech, getting the down smash out perfectly. But this is such a scary situation still. You're at 140. Really, any of Corrin's good moves can kill. So, Rob can build up percent a decent amount with getting those fairs down tilts, but not really a lot you can do at the moment just because it's so hard to really tank any hit at all. You have to be so careful, barely dodging that pin.
Look at the way he's playing around that pin, unfortunately. Barely actually staying alive so tough to kill, and now just trying to play around this ledge. The pin not going to hit, not going to connect. The dream is still alive for Cabela right now, trying to keep his head above water as Insignia's now, he's gone up to 54% right now. Cabela at 170. What's the difference between that and 150? Not that much at the moment, but just trying to stay as live for as long as possible, trying to make up the distance between these two. Seen a lot of really safe play come out, but the pin is going to go through, and that's going to close out the first game there. Insignia keeping it alive, one stock left. Cabela getting a little bit of a scary situation right there, but Insignia is able to clinch that one out.
Yeah, definitely. You know, as we were sort of seeing sort of towards the beginning of the first stock, is that Rob sort of had an advantage, but it seems like Insignia got a bit more comfortable around spacing around Rob's moves. Even towards the last stock, we saw him playing around the platforms a lot, being able to get those pins through the platforms, and then that weird like sort of jank like jump up onto the platform with the pin allowed him to get out of Rob's moves a lot, just going back and forth from platform to platform, really just playing evasive in those type of situations where he can't juggle Rob with up airs over and over and over again. So it's a bit difficult. It seems like what Cabela's doing right now is sort of just sitting to the side, not really trying to approach Corrin vertically, but horizontally, really just approaching him on sort of a side of the ledge, because Rob has up B for really forever, and Corrin really can't go off stage too easily, like without pin. Like if you pin only has like a certain like kill range, and as long as you stay outside of that horizontally on the edge, it's really hard for him to do a lot. So we've been seeing Cabela do a lot to sort of stay in that range, sort of outside on the ledge. But you know, it's such a scary situation when you're on the stage, because Corrin just has those up airs over and over and over again. But what we're seeing now is Cabela actually has the percent lead at the moment, barely managing to miss the up smash, but the up B coming out barely doesn't kill. We've had a lot of false kill sparks this game. Oh my god, Insignia going really deep for that. That was crazy. Air dodge back to stage, very well played so far. Rolling sort of back, Rob has center stage again, getting the pin, just barely killing.
That's Insignia finding the first blood right there at 100% of his own, going to immediately be sent off the side, and that is now 2-2, evening things out. But Cabela is immediately going to start off getting this advantage and building up this damage. Is able to hurt so much when he actually gets control of the ledge, but the pin comes through. It's a little bit of damage back on Cabela, but Insignia now at 78%, and he just came back from being dead. He is already up so much damage, and now it's going to be Cabela actually able to get it back on the ground to continue to keep this pressure up.
I think that was supposed to be an up smash with the up tilt coming out from that gyro, but getting the Corrin special charge forward smash chainsaw. You know, as we're seeing, both players are at such high percents, really even right now. It does seem like Rob at center stage has gyro control right now, which is extremely important into this matchup. Corrin barely being able to be stalled out by that gyro, but Rob in such a dangerous position right now, being above Corrin, but managing to get the up smash because up B just barely managed to whiff.
Beautifully done right now. Insignia, and on a fresh stock, has to try and cut Cabela short at the moment. He's able to, but immediately he's got to worry about trying to land into him, and this is a tough situation for him to be in at the moment. You'll see that pin. He's going to fade away with it, going to try and just keep his distance, but Cabela, now the one in the air, has to try and land into Insignia. Going to take some damage. You're going to be a tough situation. Going to kill the projectile, trying to stay alive. We'll see.
Oh my god.
Able to stuff him there, burning a lot of fuel. Cabela's just barely able to get back up. The pin goes a little bit wide, trying to stay alive, 154% right now, and he's going to go off the top.
Very well played by both players. You know, I heard from over on the side, why does Rob's forward air jab block, which I thought was pretty funny. But as we're seeing in this game, it's pretty even right now. You know, Rob has the advantage at the moment, was able to really do a lot, especially getting that charge forward smash on that missed spot dodge by Insignia. But, you know, Insignia does have the ability to come back. We saw him do a lot with those last up airs, but the side B barely not being able to kill, having to use the air dodge on that Rob laser. That's such a hard situation because it's hard for Corrin to really get out of the ledge right now. We mentioned before that Rob can really abuse Corrin's disadvantage state, but Corrin's sort of the same for Rob. So if Corrin really can get advantage and keep Rob above him and just use up airs constantly, this might actually be able to be winnable. But Corrin's at 140 right now. It's such a dangerous position. Oh my god, barely managed to get the pin tipper.
He's
almost
alive.
Killing. Oh my god, this is so scary.
trying to just stay alive for as long as he can. Insignia playing an incredible ledge game right now, but Cabela is back. He's on the stage. He's fighting for center stage. He's taking it. Now Insignia is the one who's got to try and play disadvantage at the moment, and that could kill. It will. Cabela's going to take him off the top right there. It's a game for Rob.
You know, I always love watching these players play. You know, we saw Cabello and Insignia last GSG, and the GSG before that both play extremely well. And seeing really anything in top 8 in GSG is so fun. Well, we're in top 6 right now, which is a little bit different just due to the way that the bracket worked out. But, you know, them running it back like this, it's sort of just whoever's the better player, it seems like, in this type of matchup.
Yeah, now 1-1. I do believe this is going to be a best of 5 on the winner's side of this bracket. So going to be a long set for these two before we drop back down over to losers. So going to be interesting to see exactly how this endurance game plays out. But for Insignia, he's already on the ledge. Cabela finding a nice starting position here. We'll get him on the gyro here, finding some big damage off of that. Getting a little bit of a combo going here, but just trying to continue to keep this presence up on the middle of the stage right now. Some spot dodges, some counters going out, just trying to play safe, trying to minimize the amount of risk going on in this neutral game at the moment. Insignia trying to just get control center. He's at 76%, just continuing to see that number get chipped up every time Cabela finds just the slightest opportunity to jab at him, and already seeing these down tilts go through and the down throw into the kill.
Oh, that was so unfortunate. You know, Rob's kill confirms are so good right now. It really seems like Cabello has been managing to get back into this game, really finding his own confidence sort of in this game. Being able to, oh my God, that might kill. Just barely not being able to kill. But I don't think Korn had a jump, so I think it was just over. That was so sad in this type of situation. Being down 2 stocks is such a hard situation. But we've seen Insignia do a lot greater situations before in the past. So hopefully you will be able to do a lot. Insignia seems to be playing a lot more aggressive, realizing that he has the deficit right now. Hoping to get back as much percent as he can as quickly as possible. It's such a scary situation. Being able to get the tech off the platform, getting the up air, still off stage, missed air dodge, or well, not missed air dodge, got back on stage, but getting almost pinned, just barely hitting the gyro. Not barely enough percent to be able to kill. Rob's just using these gyros so well to really stop the pins as much as possible. But Korn having Rob at ledge right now. Rob sort of reversing it, getting back to center stage, getting the down throw. Oh my God, doesn't barely manage to mash out. Back on stage, still alive. Up B, barely managing to hit. It's such a stressful situation. Pin being shielded just barely. Shield poke from the forward air. Going so deep. Does Rob have enough gas? He seems like he does. Just barely. A bite almost coming out of shield, but Pin actually being able to kill. Down still 1 stock right now at such a high percent. Any hit will kill right now. Insignia is in such a tough situation.
Oh, no.
Again, oh no. Oh, up tilt coming out. But the down smash doesn't
Not gonna
kill.
He's still alive, but the gyro hits him, and
like,
he finally goes down. It's gonna be 2-1 for Cabela. They're a very, very clean round. Finding that second early stock really just put him in the position where he had the wheel in his hands. That was his game to lose, and he absolutely just completely took care of it. Now 2-1, best of 5, like I said. So this is set point here for Cabela, but Insignia, I feel like he's had a rough last 2 games right now. So this is going to be his chance to really come back, try and shine a little bit. We saw that
definitely.
First game where he played, where he clinched it out. Really fantastic clean play. Want to see more of that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, what we're seeing right now is really just Rob being able to just get comfortable in this type of situation, being able to read Insignia as the set goes on longer and longer. But Insignia is really doing the same. Both players are really downloading each other's habits as best as possible. We see Rob doing a lot more gyro combos at earlier percents going on, but Insignia has been doing so well with those pins, being able to just go around the platforms and shield poke Rob easily and getting out these crazy juggles as we've seen before.
We see Insignia, like you said, finding these juggles, building up this damage. Cabela around the ledge, trying to get these gyros out, trying to secure some space on stage, trying to play this setup game. He's trying to work with here, but Cabela's able to get back up, and Insignia's doing a good job of just keeping him busy, stopping him from being able to run his game, and that's such a big thing when you're playing against Rob. So you really have to stop him from just having the free time to start to set things up, and we'll see now Cabela off stage once again, 124%, almost double what Insignia's got right now, and that's going to be a nice back here to close out that stock, find that stock lead early for Insignia here.
You know, we've been seeing these games go back and forth over and over and over again. It really seems like whoever gets the first stock is doing really the best right now. That Corrin combo going crazy, barely managing to miss that up air. But, you know, Corrin has center stage right now. Is probably going to be able to juggle Rob. Being able to miss the up smash, that was unfortunate. We're seeing right now is Corrin really just spacing the best they can around Rob's abilities, trying to hit as many like rogue up airs or nairs as possible.
So you're just trying to land back on the stage. Cabela doing a good job playing around this. Is able to hit the down air. Isn't going to spike. Not full connect there, but will be able to get the grab into the down throw. Trying to catch him. Will be able to.
Oh my God,
not gonna kill. He's still alive.
Oh. The Phantom Footstool coming out, barely dodging that up air, really just trying to play safe as best as possible. Is still at 3 stocks up. Right now, Cabello is at 60%. It's such a scary situation for Corrin to be in. But Rob probably going to be able to kill right now with up throw, yes.
Just send him off the top, just like that. Cabela now still 60%, getting up to 71 as Insignia immediately comes out swinging out of the gate and finding some big pressure early on, abusing that invulnerability he's got on spawn. Cabela got to find a chance to get some damage, and we'll be able to find a little bit there. 5%, that's big. Now, as he starts to find some opportunities to juggle in here, get some stuck up on the platform, he's going to be able to fall down, hit him with that. Hit him with the aerial, and now Cabela is in a situation where he's got to try and play around this right now. The gyro goes out, he's going to be able to get the punish on the down air. 170%, such a scary position to be in.
You know what I've noticed so far as this game's gone on is that Corrin and Roy players are the exact same. All they want is falling up air.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
It's so sick. It's so sick.
It seems like it's just falling up air over and over and over again from Corrin, just trying to be able to juggle Rob as best as they can. Rob is at such a high percent right now that really any hit will kill, as we just see with Pin. Corrin's back air, you know, is such a good tool, and Pin is just so good, especially when you can get those tippers off stage that we've seen a couple times now. But Rob's been playing so good, really just spacing around Corrin best as they can, especially with last game as we saw. But right now it seems like Insignia is playing more around the gyro than he usually was last couple games, but it's just back and forth right now. It seems to be a drought on who's going to hit who right now. Very tense, you know, falling up air, coming out again, fair into up air. Up B actually managing to whiff might put Rob in such a good situation right now, barely not being able to kill from that up air, but Corrin just, you know, getting those fairs, getting those up airs as best as they can, trying to land any kill move, you know, coming out with that back air, being able to miss in that pin. Unfortunate. Corrin now off stage. Rob does able to get the soft spot of the back.
Oh!
Gyro coming out. Will they be able to get back? Oh, the back air hitbox.
Again!
Oh my God, the 2 frames.
He keeps hitting those. He won't be able to hit it a third time, though. But Insignia is now at a crispy 145% after eating those down airs. But Cabela is still hanging on the razor's edge right now. 120%. Only one good hit from Insignia to close out this game.
This is so scary. Such a scary situation for both players right now. Insignia just barely being able to make it back every single time. You know, back air does actually shift your hitbox forward, pushes you a little bit. So it is such a good tool, but he's flipped around right now. Barely able to get back again, being able to roll out, get center stage. Both players, the down smash charge in the pin, barely kills. This is back and forth and back and forth.
I would not have been surprised if that didn't kill. I would have screamed if that happened, but we're now 2-2 going into the final round of this set. It has been a really, really close one. Corrin versus Rob. These are definitely two of the top contenders here. I mean, obviously, winners finals, top side of the bracket, right? You're going to see some very impressive stuff, but these are really two players to keep your eyes on as we could progress through our top 6 right here. So now as we go in, final round of this set, Insignia versus Cabela. We'll see who comes out on top here.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it really seems like whoever gets the advantage early sort of just carries it until the end. But we have seen some sort of small comebacks, not barely being able to get the kill though. But both these players seem very evenly matched, especially with characters as well. You know, it seems like both characters have very bad disadvantage states, but both of them have very good advantage states as well. So something to look out for is just really whoever can carry their momentum over and over and over again. And we've seen it shift over and over and over again. but it seems like Insignia is getting better at the combo game as this game goes further. And Rob has really been doing more stuff with the gyro and has been able to really get these more combos. So it feels like both players are getting a lot more comfortable playing in their sort of situations around each other. So this game should be really good so far. Corrin is at such a high percent that this is unfortunate. As we mentioned before, Corrin doesn't really have a good disadvantage state, and Rob has a decent advantage state. So it's hard for really anything to happen right now. Sniping with that gyro.
What a fantastic shot there from Cabela. Going to be able to find that first stock and take the early lead here at 60%, still hanging on. Got a pretty decent amount of gas in the tank to work with. Insignia just trying to keep this pressure up right here, but Cabela's going to be able to throw him off the side there, send that gyro. Going to go a little bit wide, and Insignia's going to be able to get back up on stage now, but is up on the platform right there, gets able to get the throw punish. Pick up a little bit of extra damage there. Cabela not 100%. Finds the berry there. Going to be able to pick up some extra damage. 44% now for Insignia as that number keeps building up. Cabela, all this just extra credit, but a nice pin there. Going to be able to finish him off. And now back 2-2. Insignia with a slight life deficit, but not really that much that you can't work around it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the gyro bounce barely didn't happen. But, you know, it's been really hard for Corrin as the game's gone on because just the disadvantage state is really bad. Oh my God, the spike coming out. I don't even think that was a two-frame. I just think that disjointed hitbox hit a bit early. But, you know, we've seen Insignia come back from this, you know, being able to just get these strings over and over and over again, just juggling Rob over and over and over again with those up airs. So hopefully something similar might happen. It's a sort of a scary situation, though, being a stock down. Oh, no. The gyro of death. Oh, that's so unfortunate. But it seems like Insignia is getting pretty good at these parries, parrying in the air over and over and over again, getting the up airs. Rob's off stage right now, sort of down in gas. Insignia keeps going low, trying to just get that nice sweet spot on that pin. But it seems like he's in a tough situation right now, sort of getting pushed off stage. Ubby actually doesn't grab ledge. He decides to go past. Pin coming out. Not being able to kill, though. But, oh my God, being able to get that two-frame was crazy.
That was huge, and Cabela is a stock down now, but we'll be able to find the Star KO to close out that set. Really, really clean, consistent play from Cabela there, and he's going to move on to grand finals. It'll be Insignia who gets dropped down to losers to see if they are able to run the gambit down there. Should be interesting to see exactly how that plays. As we're ready for losers semifinals up next, so that should be an interesting match. We're getting close to the end game here. Only 3 games left here at Granite State Grind, so we're closing in.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just so excited because every sort of like top 8 of Granite State Grind or sort of finals of Granite State Grind is such a fun thing to watch. You know, that game was just way better than, you know, stuff that I've seen sort of in my regional sort of local areas. So, you know, I'm just really excited to see what's going to happen next.
Absolutely. I cannot wait. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a few minutes with losers semifinals. We'll see you in just a minute. Hello and welcome back as we ready to go into losers semi-finals. We got Font Diner Swanky versus Fall. Should be an interesting matchup here. This is actually a rematch. It happened earlier in bracket. You didn't get to catch it here on stream, but it's Fall actually sent Swanky down to losers to begin with. So they're running it back.
Yeah, it's a run back. We see this a lot in sort of these brackets, but hopefully Swanky can pull something out sort of new. Swanky really just, as we've seen from crew battles, really just plays Kazuya and Min Min. Haven't seen Kazuya too much. I think they opted to, in those more high-level, stressful tournament matches, going with that Min Min, which is a lot more versatile in a crew battles format. But I'm really excited to see Kazuya come out. I haven't seen a lot of Kazuya play. There was no one in my region that really played Kazuya too much. I started locals, I think, before Kazuya came out. I stopped really around when Terry sort of showed his face. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, so about to be some very, very volatile matchups going out with Kazuya because he is able to just get those 100-0 combos if he really wants to. And we're going to see Fall on Dark Pit once again. So once again, I mean, we're getting back to this matchup where this is very much Kazuya's going for those big rushdown combos, Pit going for a very all-around solid fundamental gameplay style. Should be really interesting to see how these two characters mesh in this matchup.
Yeah, I think that theoretically, Kazuya is always pretty good. He really only has one game plan, but I think that's why he's sort of predictable. So I feel like if Fall can really just play around Kazuya being sort of predictable, trying to get those, one-hit combos off, I think he should do pretty well. I also think that Pit probably has better neutral in general. It's just Pit's kind of hard to kill with, as we sort of saw last time we saw Fall play this tournament. So it's just hard to kill, but, Swanky has the ability to just recover really easily and just get these, big damage combos, get these big damage moves, and kill a lot easier. So I think it's really about if Fall can kill, who wins the game.
Yeah, is able to get the kill there. Just finish off that stock real quick. Swanky at 117%. A very scary spot to be in. Doesn't have rage anymore, so already spent that resource there.
Oh,
he's going to be dropping some damage here. Not going to be able to find the follow-up on that hit, though. Still finding some decent damage to work with, though. As Fall now at 35% right now. It's going to be Swanky has some trouble recovering right here. Spot dodging, just barely not connecting with the ledge, and that's going to be a kill for Fall. Even things up 2-2. But already we see a huge amount of damage come through. Goes down, hits the down B on Pit though, and that's going to completely block the hit and force him to retreat back up onto the stage. Give Fall a chance to get some big damage here.
Oh, gets the spike.
That's huge.
That is huge. That is definitely huge. As we said, Pit just has a lot better neutral, but I actually didn't expect Pit to really try to go off stage versus Kazuya. It makes sense. I just didn't really register it in my brain a lot. And the counter being able to stop Kazuya from edge guarding him as well. Such a good utility move with that down B. But the up smash is coming out. This is such a volatile match. We really just see Kazuya just getting these early kills. It's a lot harder for Pit unless he can gimp Kazuya like we've seen the past 2 times. Yeah, one thing that's also unfortunate with Pit is that a lot of his moves drop, as we saw up smash, but the down air coming out. Oh my god.
That was a very, very quick match. That was both sides just going completely all out. Yeah, 100%. We just came out of a Corin Rob matchup, right? For reference, those games were so much longer than the matchup that we just saw. This is going to be a quick set if it continues to play at this pace. But honestly, normally when they're like, oh, that was a quick game, it's because it was very one-sided, but that was just a bloodbath right there.
Yeah, no, that was just crazy, back and forth and back and forth. I think, really how Pit's going to try to get these kills is just with those down airs, as we saw really twice. If he can just consistently get those with Kazuya's sort of more linear type of recovery, I think it's going to be really good.
Let's go ahead and get started off with our second game here in this best-of-5 set. Losers semi-finals right now. Finds the throw, finding a little bit of damage tacked on after that. Continuing to play around this ledge right now, but Fall's going to find an opening here, get this grab, get this combo, get some damage going off here, but back to neutral. Just both sides exchanging some hits, exchanging some damage as Trice gets back down on stage, is able to get the throw punish there, pushes him up onto the platform, but going to be able to get the fully charged forward smash there. Not going to find too much.
I would not have been brave enough to do that.
That was very, very, that was right in his face, too. So now he's got the ledge, though, and Swanky coming on up, going to be able to get the stagger there, but just trying to continue to stay on stage is proving to be kind of tough here. He's able to get the throw, and that could be big as he gets him off stage here. We'll see how he changes his ledge guard game. Goes pretty deep there, but he's able to get back up on stage, get this fight going once again, but Fall just continuing to find some big damage here. It's going to be Rage coming out for Swanky. Gives him extra resource to kind of work with here.
Yeah, and we see, oh my God, the grab, invincibility coming through, barely being able to crush that bird beneath the power of his fist.
And that's the first stock that gets taken there. Swanky's got the lead, but we'll see for how long as Fall finds some big damage here off the side. Could potentially stuff him here as he tries to get back onto stage, and he will. He sends him right on out. Now 2-2, tying things up.
That was very well played. Really just zoning Swanky from the side of the stage with those neutral Bs, and then being able to just grab ledge, knowing that Swanky can't really approach, doesn't have air dodge. So yeah, it was just a tough situation to be in. But we've really just been seeing Pit over and over and over again, been taking these crazy neutral interactions. Oh, the downer coming out just barely doesn't kill though, underestimating how long Kazuya could up B actually went. But Pit's just been able to juggle Kazuya over and over and over again. This seems like a pretty hard matchup from someone who doesn't really know too much about Kazuya matchups. Yeah, but barely being able to air dodge back. And the down B coming out doesn't kill though, but does get a lot of damage, really evening things up in like a couple hits. This is really the thing with Kazuya. He just does so much damage.
Yeah, oh no, he absolutely hurts right now, but Fall's gonna be able to find that kill there, end out that stock now 1-2. Swanky immediately finding himself, bringing Fall to the edge. We'll see if he's able to close out this stock sooner rather than later. Every second that he doesn't, so the second he takes even more damage.
Through the up air.
Really, really nicely played there. Gonna be able to armor through that, get that kill there, send him off the top, and now 1-1. He's got a little bit of a life deficit, but it's not a big deal right now. 46% Kazuya can make that up in the blink of an eye, but we'll see if Fall gives him the chance to. Takes him so far down, but they both get back up. Swanky now at 90% right now, trying to stay alive. The Nair comes through. He's got Rage again. Fall is still just at 1% though.
Yeah, this is such a scary situation. Fall gets the Jared, barely kills.
Really, really nicely played from Fall there. I mean, it is so scary to play against Kazuya like that, especially on a character like Pit, where it feels like, you might not necessarily have a lot of really kind of options to keep him at bay, keep him off of you. You really just got to kind of go toe-to-toe with him. You got to play smart. You got to play those fundamentals that we were talking about.
Yeah.
And for Kazuya, he's a character who can very much, you hesitate for a split second, he's in there, he gets a throw, he gets like 60% off of that, or he just kills you outright. It's a very scary matchup to be in here. And so seeing the way that Fall's been playing it has been really, really impressive.
Yeah, definitely. Pit is one thing that I would like to say is that Pit's really light. So Kazuya can basically kill Pit at like 70 if he gets an up smash or an up B. But Pit just has so much better neutral in general, and we're seeing the classic Min come out. We've seen this in crew battles multiple times. I definitely think this is probably a better matchup in general. I think Pit definitely does have rushdown, so it's pretty hard, but I'm not sure. It really seemed like Kazuya kind of just lost really hard to Pit. So this hopefully will be better, but it looks like it might not actually be better at all. Ooh. It seems like Fall is just doing so good right now. Swanky just doesn't even have the ability to come back because of that arrow. That was just insane combo by Fall.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge swing of momentum in Fall's favor right there. Finding that first stock so early and immediately finding some big damage as well. Just continuing to play around this ledge. Swanky going to get punished on the recovery of that. Get thrown at once again. They continue to push him from coast to coast. Bring him over to the left ledge. Now send him off the side. Disadvantage now as he continues to go in and he just pushes him off the side.
I might be staying corrected. This might not be a better matchup. It seems really, really difficult for Min. Pit can just kind of rush down, and Min doesn't have like any space to throw out any moves at all. This is just so unfortunate. It's just terrifying to really terrifying position to be in. I'm also not sure about the stage choice as well. I don't even think this stage is really I don't think it's that good for Min. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like Pitch is comboing on the platform so well. I don't know really who this benefits, but Min's doing a good job zoning right now, really just throwing out those abilities, keeping Fall away, but Fall just goes back in again and is just able to do so much right now. Min does have stage pressure again, is on the platform right now, which seems to be sort of a disadvantage in this matchup, but the meatball coming through, hitting Fall in the face. Up smash coming out, reflecting the arrow though. Oh, no. The dragon almost manages to kill, just barely not being able to hit the meatball off stage. Does get the up smash though. You know,
Off the
Swanky
top.
is coming back into form, really feeling more comfortable in the matchup, really figuring out how to sort of stay away from Fall better, but it is still down a stock, so it's really hard, and he's at 100%. Really, any move right now could maybe lead to a kill for Fall's position. Up smash definitely will kill. Some type of gimp off stage with those nairs, but we've seen Swanky do a lot right now. The up air coming out barely kills.
A really, really nicely played from Fall right there. A really, really clean set. We saw, I mean, the Kazuya came out, did a lot of damage. We saw some really great play come out of that. But overall, I really love the Pit pick because it is just so consistent. It is such a fundamentals character that really, if you can kind of turn any matchup into a skill matchup, it feels like, on Pit. And if you are a good player, if you're a very well practiced player, that's a great thing for you.
Yeah.
It becomes very much a very interesting, even playing field to see. And so I'm really, really happy we got to see some Pit out there. Still going to continue to see some Pit going forward here as he moves forward into losers finals. He's going to battle Insignia for the right to take on Cabela in the grand finals. So we're down. This is our second to last match of the night. Getting close.
Yeah, you know, I'm always surprised with how well Fall plays Pit. You know, I always thought Pit was this kind of character that really no one played, but every single time I see Fall play this character, I see some stuff that I didn't even think of, like, you know, nair forward air grabs. You know, you see down air into nair off stage. Like, I've been seeing stuff that I've never really thought of with Pit, really ever. So it's so interesting to see over and over and over again. But right now, we see Insignia and Fall on the setup right now. Pit and Corrin, it seems like, from Insignia, is going to be such a fun match.
I like the Corrin pick a lot. I like the Corrin into Pit is going to be a really fun matchup to watch. And like you mentioned, when you're watching Pit, you learn something new every time. That is very much a very, very a character with a lot of skill expression, because they don't have a lot of those gimmicks to rely on. They don't have a lot of, you know, kind of like, oh, well, that's like a cheap thing you can do on this character. Like, here's a little easy thing you can do to get kills at a certain percentage, something like that. It is very much, you got to be playing on your A game the whole time, and that's why it's a lot of fun to see that kind of character come out here, especially in these sort of tournament settings. But we could see a switch here. I see Fall hovering Rob right now. He's going to switch over to Pit, not Dark Pit this time. Normal Pit.
Not Dark Pit, normal Pit. I really don't know too many of the differences. I know, I think Pit's side B kills off top rather than Dark Pit's killing off side. I know Pit's arrows hurt less, like they have less knockback and less damage, but you can angle them more. So I'm really wondering why the specific pick. I don't exactly know the in and outs of the matchups, but you know, I think this match is going to be really fun. I'm not exactly sure who wins out of Corrin and Pit. Really, I don't know too much about Pit at all. Like, this is the first time I've ever seen Pit be played. So, like, I think that probably Corrin has the better matchup, but I'm really unsure. It seems like Fall is just so proficient with the character. Really, anything can happen. You know, getting these arrows perfectly, sniping them, maybe turning into the next Swedish sniper. Who knows?
We'll see as he tries to get back up on stage. Is going to get stuffed back out, trying to get back up. Insignia going to down air on the side of the ledge. Not going to hit the two-frame, though, but they're both up on stage. Fall once again getting sent away as Insignia continues to keep the pressure up. Life is about the same on both sides right now, giving us a little bit of space, forcing him to push in, able to punish him on a little bit of an over-aggressive play. Now just trying to play around this range. You're going to see Corrin really just try and avoid getting up close and personal with Pit, because they do have the range advantage to really work with, and especially with the pins, going to be really, really easy for them to actually control a lot of space for that. But we'll see if Fall immediately start to control a lot of space, and you see how much he can angle the arrows on normal Pit more than Dark Pit. See, he's able to curve them almost 90 degrees in mid-motion right there, and that's going to be really core to his game plan off the side of those ledges. But rolling back up is able to get past Insignia. Both sides just kind of staring at each other at the moment, but Insignia's going to be the one to draw that first blood there, get a little bit of damage in, push Fall back off to the side of the ledge, trying to control the airspace. Now both these characters can play around the air very heavily if they really want to, but Insignia's going to be the one to finally get him up there. Miss the juggle, though, and Fall hits the ground back completely unharmed right now. Both of these players are at about 150, 160 around there. It is very, very close, but the side B comes in, and Fall's going to send Insignia off the top.
You know, really what we're seeing is, as you mentioned before, Pitt might just be a skill matchup type of character. We see Corrin get the up throw. I haven't seen that kill yet, but definitely a very good kill throw. But really, it just seems like right now it's a sort of a skill matchup between these two characters. Yeah, I'm honestly a bit surprised with how well Pitt's doing. Oh my God, that's so unfortunate. I wonder if the jump got caught out or something. That's really sad to see from Insignia, but Fall's just doing such a good job, really just zoning and keeping Insignia at the ledge. Side B being able to tank the tipper pin. That's crazy. Pitt's just kind of running amok right now. But Corrin's also doing such a good job at like juggling Pitt as well. It's just back and forth. I honestly think this might be even or skill matchup.
100%. And because Fall found that early stuff, because he got that stock lead, kind of just ripped that momentum away. Back and forth is not a situation that Insignia can really afford to continue to play at right now. And we'll see, especially as he hits 100% right now, he's got to take down Fall on this stock and take his next one as well at 115%. He's got to play so perfect from here on out. And it's going to be a really, really tough situation for him to come out on top of. But Fall, we'll see. As he gets back up on the ledge, he has, really at any point, he could just find a kill right here. Both of these players is just, a moment away from being sent off to the next stock or the next game outright. But Fall just trying to stay alive, try and use that down B very defensively in the air, prevent Insignia from getting too aggressive, but he's going to get taken out.
That was honestly really good for Insignia. Maybe Insignia is able to come back. We see him with advantage right now. It seems like it being an advantage is such a good thing. Oh, the shield actually managed to break. I haven't actually seen that. I don't exactly know what that does. But it seems like Insignia has advantage right now, being able to just keep center stage really well. Fall sort of being out of position, missing an up smash, just barely. Really, any move will kill on Corrin right now, being at 115. But it seems like Insignia is doing such a good job at just zoning Pitt out with these down tilts, with these up airs over and over and over again. Just barely hits a down smash. Oh, that was so unfortunate, just landing in the wrong position from Corrin.
He made up so much ground, though, on that final stock right there. Insignia almost completely tied that up, and that was really, really incredible to see. But Fall, he just had so many opportunities, right? That's one of the biggest things, is when you're at such high percentage like that, you run out of options. You have way less opportunity, way less, interactions that you can afford to lose with the other player, that when you run in situations like that, it's like, you did just come out positive from the last, 7 interactions, but the next one is still going to be a coin flip, just like all the other ones, where you really got to try and play around that. And unfortunately for Insignia, it didn't quite work out that time here. Fall already starting off with a little bit of a lead here, but pretty much still neutral.
It really seems like a war of attrition, when you're at such high percent, you can do so well for so long, but any single mistake that you make will just mean your death. So you just have to play so well, and it gets so stressful and so tiring on you. But oh my God, these combos coming out from Pitt just over and over and over again, being able to put him on platform, getting the up tilt into the up air is just crazy. Very well played. Insignia is kind of in disadvantage right now, but it gets back in advantage. It seems like Insignia is doing a pretty good job right now, trying to get percent back. Does have advantage. Pitt is on the platform, manages to land the up air, down B, barely blocking the back air. Almost able to kill. But the neutral B stunning Corrin instead, giving Pitt back center stage. Really, whoever gets this hit is kind of the deciding factor right now. This is such a scary situation, but Corrin barely managing to get that pin side B off.
That's going to be a lead for Insignia here. He started off on Fall started off with a little bit of damage. They're finding the advantage early in that stock, but Insignia is able to close it out right, and now he's got the chance to get some extra credit here, and this is the momentum he needs to start to build up here if he wants to continue to kind of go forward here. He is down 1 point in this set, but if he's able to find this momentum here, you could easily close this out. That back air almost killing out, a false spark coming out, but we'll see as Fall now at 94%. Insignia has already tied up this stock. Really good usage.
It seems like towards the end of that last stock of last match, Insignia really found how he's meant to play in this sort of matchup. And he's just doing so well, carrying this over and over into this game. Pitt is such at a high percent right now that it's so hard to do anything, as we mentioned, that war of attrition. But it seems like Fall has come back from worse situations. We saw Fall proficiently use the ability to get Corrin so far down in the first game. So hopefully he might be able to do something coming out again, really just keeping Corrin on the ledge. But it seems like it's sort of similar to that Rob Corrin matchup, where both players not really having a good disadvantage. Footstool comes out, maybe a turnaround, not actually managing to. Insignia does actually get back on stage, gets the throw, gets Pitt off stage, sort of just guarding the edge, getting the pin, thinking, oh, get the back air perfectly
big.
placed.
That's really big for Insignia right now, as he's 73% still is, I mean, he's in a decent spot in this stock. He's not really at a super killing point yet. He's still in a pretty decent spot right now. He can really start to time this up, and already we see Fall at 58% right now. Insignia has done such a good job of making this up and has almost completely made up the difference already. Is now basically a complete stock ahead of Fall right now. Fall will get the chance to play the advantage a little bit here, but already there's so much damage that has been done, and Insignia just trying to get control of center stage right now. This is smart. Make Fall push into you and zone him out with your big normals. Zone him out with your big attacks. You're going to be able to really try and control the tempo of this game. And Insignia, now that he sent him off the side, tries to go in deep for something here, but Fall's going to be the one to punish him for it. He's able to punish him trying to get back up on the stage. The rapid jab comes out just to secure a little presence here. These arrows are always so close to hitting in the back air. It's going to kill.
Very well placed. You know, we see Fall at such a high percent right now, but he might be able to actually come back. We've seen Fall get a lot of percent lead with these combos that we've seen him do before. So hopefully he can do something. Corn's on the platform now. This is what we've seen before, really juggling with up airs. It seems like it was a reversal with the down air. It looked like it went through platform, but the back air coming out, just barely hitting Pit in the face with the wing.
Yeah, really nice game there from Insignia to tie things up 1-1. Once again, a best of 5 set. So first to 3 is going to take this one here. And glad to see it's still going neck and neck, because that first game, Fall looked absolutely on fire. Insignia in this game definitely showing up a lot more consistent, a lot more confident in his gameplay. And I really like to see that coming out here.
And it's really just adaptation from players, you know, at a high level competitive situation. It seems like Insignia doing a good job to really adapt to Fall's playstyle, but Fall seems to have to adapt back. And really, if he can't do this, this really decides the match. You know, we've seen it back and forth, especially in that Rob Corn matchup that we saw earlier with Insignia, is both players are just adapting over and over and over again to each other. And it really seemed like whoever got the lead sort of won in the game. And Fall right now is just going crazy, but the turnaround from Insignia does have ledge, but Fall just being able to come back with that grab into that Jair, very well placed. Nair coming out, almost able to gimp Insignia, just barely not, but the back air coming out. Side B manages to get Fall back center stage control, getting the Nair out. Insignia seems to be off stage right now. That's such a scary situation. Back air, the fail, oh my God.
That was insane. Insignia now down a stock. Fall only at 40% has taken such a commanding lead in this game. It's going to be Insignia's job to try and upset this momentum and try and make things a little bit more even here. At the moment, that's doing pretty good for him right now. It's still at 0%, has brought him up 40% right now, gotten pretty good control of the edge. Still doing a great job of just not taking damage right now, playing really safe, playing really conservative here, but now that he's around the ledge, he has a chance to really try and press the advantage at the moment, as actually Fall going to be able to find a little bit here. Insignia off the side here. The spot dodge into the throw is going to be able to hit, and now going down, that down B shield is going to be able to block a little bit more aggression from Insignia. He's got to rethink his game plan as to how he wants to play around these ledges here, but Fall under 17%. Really scary situation at the moment, in the back air coming out from Insignia. Gonna send out the wings and send Pit off stage. Send him back with a fresh stock, 38-0 right now.
Yeah, it's such a scary situation for Insignia to be in. You know, as we saw earlier, just really whoever gets advantage first, getting that back air, getting that arrow perfectly placed. Insignia is able to just get back, being able to two-frame Pit with the down air. Pit does actually get center stage back, gets the rapid jab off, pushes Insignia off stage for until getting countered. Both players not really knowing what to do right now, playing footsies around each other, sort of in the center of the stage, back and forth and back and forth. Insignia does get the pin, manages to get out though. Insignia puts Pit on the platform. Pit looks to be in disadvantage right now, but the up smash barely coming out, being able to clip Insignia's jump.
Really, really nicely done from Fall there, still at 40%. Once again, he's able to close out these stocks without taking that much damage. And for Insignia right now, once again, he's in the situation where he's got to try and play makeup here. He's down a stock. He's got to try and get as much as he can before he really starts to take a lot of damage. Fall 80% right now is a risk of kind of getting taken out so far in this stock, but Insignia's going to need to find a big opening here, and it's going to be an opening for Fall. He starts to find some damage. The down air going to interrupt that combo. Insignia punching his way out of that one, but just now in more of a neutral situation at the moment. Fall is just making up this damage difference, and every single hit that Fall gets is so much worse for Insignia at the moment, because he is down a stock, but he's going to be able to send Fall off the side. 75% on his final stock at the moment. Now 86 as Fall finds an opening, continuing to tack on damage onto Insignia.
Evening it up right now in sort of the set. We really see both players just sort of going around neutral right now. Fall having the advantage, pushing Insignia off stage, being able to just nair over and over and over again, trying to catch Insignia, but not able to. Insignia is just trying to go around the platforms, landing, falling up airs, trying to get something out with those fares, gets the pin, pushes Fall off stage. Insignia missing the back air, just barely getting the up tilt on Fall's shield. Fall gets pushed off again. Forward smash coming out, being able to be shielded. Pin coming out, retreats off back, gets the fair, gets the back air. Fall is off stage right now. Insignia misses the pin. Fall gets the dash attack, pushing Insignia back off stage again. Up smash just barely catching Insignia's jump.
And now we're 2-1. Insignia takes the lead here. One that is taking the last two, or actually it's going to be Fall who takes the lead here as 2-1 is able to reclaim that advantage that he had. And now we're in a situation where this is set point, right? It comes much faster than you'd hope in these best of five sets, especially in a game like Smash where the rounds can be over in just a few minutes. It
Switching
can be very
to
scary
Bowser.
to see how that pops up. And we're going to see Insignia swap over to his other character there, Bowser, coming out. Definitely, I think, kind of considered to be more of his main character than Corn.
Yeah.
He's put a lot of time into Corn trying to make that work. But now, I mean, the gloves are coming off for Insignia.
Yeah.
It is time for Bowser to come out.
It's either the gloves are coming off or he didn't necessarily feel confident in his Corrin play, but I'm really wondering if this was the right decision, as Pit can kind of just go after Bowser over and over and over again. But, you know, the thing with Bowser is that a Pit can't kill easily, and Bowser is so heavy, being basically the heaviest character in the game. So I wonder if Pit's going to have a hard time killing Bowser, and really just any Randy forward smash at like 50 will pop the feathers on that bird. So it's going to be really hard for Pit to kill Bowser, but really going to be the opposite case for Bowser, going to be really easy to kill Pit. So I wonder if this is good. It really depends on how Fall plays around Bowser, and it seems like Insignia is doing such a good job of just throwing out hitboxes over and over and over again, catching Fall with that back air. It's so unfortunate.
I mean, look at how long Fall was in control of that round, just hitting nairs, hitting every single opportunity.
Oh my
take down
God.
Insignia there, but he is going to just fall off the bottom and things tie up here. But like I was talking about, you know, even if Fall's in control of the round for a while, Insignia can really just find that one big hit to take him out. As long as he gets the opening, as long as he wins that one interaction, things are looking really, really scary for Pit right now. Now that he's on the ledge, 30% doesn't seem like a lot, but it's about to become a lot more if Insignia is actually able to get a good hit in on here. It's just hitting shields, though. It's going to be Fall is able to get a punish, able to escape his way out of the corner there and start to make his way to the opposite end of the stage.
Yeah, you know, really what we're seeing right now is Fall just trying to figure out how to play around the Bowser right now. He does have another game, so he's trying to get the download. It seems like nairs were sort of working against Bowser, putting Bowser into a position where he can't really get out of and really being able to get that check chase with a grab. It seems like getting nairs and tech chasing Bowser in these situations is really the best option that you have for Pit. Being able to get fair, calling out the jump right now, going for the forward smash, barely managing to whiff. Bowser gets the fair, pushing Pit off stage and gets the forward tilt on Fall's roll. So unfortunate.
Insignia now in the lead, but we'll see for how long. 122% is a lot, but like we talked about, Bowser's a very heavy character.
Yeah,
and
Bowser's
Pit
so
is
heavy.
not a character that has a lot of launch power, so it's going to be kind of hard for him to actually finish off this kill. He's going to have to kind of go off stage or just continue to hit
gets
these
the double
dips, just
snipe.
continue to shoot him until he's dead. Insignia down to his last stock. Things are tied up now. Fall just a little bit of damage, but that little bit is going to matter so much when you're facing Bowser.
And this is game's point for Fall right now. He must be feeling the pressure going on and on and on. But it seems like Fall's doing a good job of just trying to tech chase Bowser right now. Really just putting Bowser into situations he can't get out of. Sort of like what Fox does, as we mentioned before, sort of in one of the earlier games. Walking just barely off stage, just slow walking to grab the ledge away from Bowser's down smash. But these grab situations are just so hard for Pit because Pit's already at kill percent. Any move from Bowser right now will kill, but not any move from Pit. So Pit really just has to win neutral interactions so much more than Bowser does. But the one thing with Pit is his moves come out quicker and can put Bowser in situations that he can't really come back from. So maybe Fall will be able to get something out here, but Bowser is in such a good situation. Any move will kill from him. So Insignia right now gets back center stage, gets grabbed, but the up smash, oh my God, that was so scary. We heard someone in the crowd sort of scream a little bit in fear for Insignia. But right now, sort of both players having center stage. Insignia gets grabbed, Fall sort of just trying to get around, but Insignia gets a side B with
this
a
gonna kill?
Barely
He's alive.
not. So right now, Insignia has ledge pressure right now, just hitting out those forward tilts. That was so unfortunate. Very well played by both players. You know, we saw Fall really get that download sort of towards the end of that match, and he does have one more game to really pull it out. And if he really feels comfortable getting that download, he might be able to do something next game.
We're down to our final game here in this set, the final game of losers finals in this set. It's 2-2 at the moment, so it's right down to the wire. Every single one of these rounds, I think every single one has gone down to the last 1v1 in terms of stocks. So it is going to be a nail biter here for sure. Both these players fighting for the chance to go up into grand finals and not get eliminated here and now. We'll see exactly how this turns out. Insignia versus Fall, final round here.
It seems like right now, Fall's doing a really good job at really getting those nairs and doing what we mentioned before, really trying to tech chase the Bowser with those grabs, doing a good job at that. But Bowser managing to get 2 hits basically evens up the game. You know, Pitt won 3 in neutral interactions. Bowser won 2 right now, and they are at the same percent. So this is so hard for Pitt to really be in. But he is able to get that ledge attack off, gets the actual forward smash off. Bowser having to air dodge the arrow. Nair coming through, trading a little bit with Bowser, missing the forward tilt. Bowser gets the grab. Seems like Pitt does neutral get it back. Both players are on stage right now. Bowser just throwing out those forward tilts over and over and over again. Pitt getting that dash tag, but will this kill? Just barely not. Those kill sparks are very unreliable when it comes to Bowser with the side B, but it seems like that will definitely kill. Pitt is such a light character. Bowser just has so much, so it's really hard for Pitt to kill in this sort of situation, but he actually managed to get the up smash on the platform. Such an awful situation for Insignia to be in. Bowser can't really get off the platforms very easily, has not good of a disadvantage state, but however, Fall is off the stage. Bowser managing to get the fair over and over and over again, going for the fairs, back and forth, but it seems like Fall does manage to get the grab, chaining with those up airs, neutral sort of right now playing footsies. Bowser does get the forward air off. Seems like they are on ledge. Bowser does get the up B, keeping Fall off the stage right now. Fall gets the up B back on a ledge, jumps off, gets back off stage. Insignia does get the side B. Fall is at 99% right now, so anything will kill from Insignia, just barely missing that back air over again. It seems like Fall right now is going to get out those nairs, really trying to just tech chase Insignia as best as he can. Back and forth right now for both players. Insignia is doing a really good job of just getting around these attacks as best as he can. You know, percent doesn't really matter to Bowser too much, so he can tank those nairs, but as long as no up smash comes through, it's really, really good. But it seems like Fall does have the advantage right now, pushing Bowser off stage. We've seen him get the spike before, barely misses. Psyche coming through. Oh my God, barely doesn't kill. This is such a stressful situation for Fall to be in. Both players are at even stock, but the jab coming through, just barely being able to kill, just sitting there waiting for the shield to drop.
Just punch him in the face. Just punch him in the face.
Just
they
punching
should
him
try
in the
that
face.
first.
Yeah.
Sends him right off the side there. Insignia still holding on to 2 stocks, but he's at 135% Fall. Like we've been talking about, though, gonna have a tough time taking that second stock off of Bowser. Really gonna have to try and play deep, try and play, just shove him off the side before he's really able to go through. But just now, his shield is so low, and against Bowser, that is so scary. And Insignia is going to continue to juggle Fall at the moment, going in, able to get the drop kick. As Pitt now off stage. Trying to play around this and comes through again, and that's going to kill Insignia. It's going to close out the set out of nowhere. That's what's so scary about Bowser, is that he's able to just find those kills out of nowhere. You'd think you're safe? No, you're 70% or you're 80%? No, you
die.
You were dead. You were dead.
And
it is so scary all the time.
That
against
hitbox
Bowser.
is just so big that even if you roll through, he's in a position where the forward smash will cover roll and will cover neutral get up at the same time, maybe even get up attack. So, you know, it's such a hard situation to be in. Very well played by both players. You know, both players did so good in the match. We saw Paul trying to get that download with that Bowser switch, but that Bowser switch is actually really good for Insignia, because when you switch a character, you really drop all of your habits. And 2 characters like Corrin and Bowser, who are incredibly different, you know, you really drop all of the habits that you've picked up throughout the matches. But it seems like we're in grand finals right now.
That's right. It's going to be Cabela versus Insignia, running it back. The same exact matchup that was in winners finals, and so we'll see if he's able to come back and take that fight against him again. It is going to be Cabela staying in winner's side. Insignia coming up from losers, so a lot of ground to be made up here for Insignia. He's going to be going back to the Corrin for this matchup, it looks like. If it worked last time, why not go for it again? He's been playing Corrin the whole tournament except for just now, so why not hop back on? It's going to be Corrin versus Rob once again, so you're going to see the speed of these matches slow down a lot. It's going to be a lot less just sudden kills out of nowhere. This is very much, it could vary. Both these characters are looking to control this game a lot, and so you're going to see a lot of kind of just trying to run their game plan, a lot of trying interference here more so than just trying to find big kills, as both of these players are just trying to control space.
One thing that I would like to say for Insignia's favor right now is that Insignia is just hot off of a match. So he is already warmed up. Well, it seems like Caballo hasn't actually played in a little bit. Will be able to actually get really high percent on Corrin, as we've seen before. You know, we mentioned, but oh my God, the downer. That was so unfortunate. Insignia is sort of just waiting on the platform, a little bit stunned by what just happened. But really, as we mentioned before, you know, Rob has good advantage on Corrin, and Corrin has good advantage on Rob. So it seems like a really difficult matchup for both players because it's, you know, you both have bad disadvantages, yet you have such good advantages. But the gyro, being able to just stop the up B was so unfortunate. And we just heard from Insignia that he might not actually be too confident in his Corrin right now from the player setup. But it seems like Corrin might be able to bring this back if he can get a good pin off. Oh my God, barely stage spiking perfectly.
Really, really nicely done there. Tying things back up 2-2 once again, and Insignia seems to be kind of getting heated back up now. Switched over to the Bowser for a little bit. Might have chilled his Corrin for a second, but already starting to get that back as both sides are staying neck and neck right now. Very different from where that first stock went, but Insignia starting to build up a little bit of damage now. Caballo just trying to send that jar out, trying to control some space. He's going to be able to get some big damage in here. Gets the throw, sends him off the side, trying to go for the spin, but the up B is going to come through from Insignia to get back up on stage and tack some damage on just to add insult to injury right now as he's able to get back up on stage. The berry comes through, is able to get the up air off of that as well, and he sends him off the top. It's going to be a stock down for Insignia. Caballo takes back the lead. He's only at 60% right now.
It seems like right now, as the game's gone on longer and longer, it seems like Rob is just having a better and better and better time in this matchup. We really thought it was sort of even now, but Rob just seems to be taking it away in this match, being able to just use gyro as such a defensive option more than before, but didn't actually have enough gas in that up B. That's so unfortunate, not actually being able to air dodge quick enough. I am not even sure if he had it, but really just playing around the gyro right now. But both players are at stock even. So Corrin might actually be able to win this if he can get a couple good juggles off, getting that back air, trying to grab the gyro really to get this edge guard, dropping the gyro, not really being able to go through, but Rob does have center stage again, being put in a tech situation. Insignia does have control of the gyro right now, fairing the shield, gets a forward smash off, barely whiffing on the shield. Rob being able to get the dash attack. Both players are at center stage right now. Jump call out by that neutral air for Rob. Rob is in, that up smash was so unfortunate, calling out that spot dodge.
That's going to be Insignia down in the first game as Cabellab's able to secure that one here. The first in this best of 5 set for grand finals is going to be Cabellab starting off on the right foot forward. But for Insignia here, we saw that match was very, very close. The first stock looked like it was going to be kind of scary. That first stock came out and I was like, oh no, Cabellab is he's still hot. He's still absolutely killing it out there. But Insignia came back. He came back a lot in that first game there. So
he went Piranha Plant?
We see the Piranha Plant coming out? We see the Piranha Plant?
He went...
Hey, for real?
He went... Does he play Piranha Plant?
Is that real? I've literally never seen Piranha Plant.
I've never even seen Piranha Plant be played.
Not on crew battles, not in GSG. I think this might be the first time this might be the first time anyone's ever played Piranha Plant on SNHU campus.
I think it's the first time anyone in general has played Piranha Plant since he was released. I'm pretty sure Piranha Plant isn't a character. Did Insignia hack it in?
Yeah, there's
I'm unsure.
Insignia's custom character coming out, Piranha Plant, right now. We'll see how this works out. He's able to build up a lot of damage already, though, on Cabellab, though, but as he gets stuck up on that platform, it's going to be a big opportunity for that Rob to find a bunch of damage.
It seems like Insignia is playing it well, so this doesn't seem like a troll pick, like he got angry and is rage quitting. No, this seems like it's actually an option that Insignia knows how to play. I've never seen him play anything like this. Oh my God, getting the spike off. Oh my God, this is crazy. This is the one Piranha Plant player in the world.
Hey, I mean, that's why Piranha Plant's been like Piranha Plant's kind of been like the sleeper Japanese meta for a little bit.
Yeah.
They love Piranha Plant over there, so I'm kind of seeing why they
Oh my God, getting
some
30%
results.
off of gas just by itself after he got grabbed. He actually won the trade because he put down the gas. That's crazy. Getting the down air, though, doesn't actually manage to get the up smash for Piranha Plant, stalling with that ball. I don't even know what that's called. I'm not 100% sure. I've never seen this character before, ever. Like, I've seen this character less than Little Mac. Like, at least I saw, like, one Little Mac at my locals. I've never seen this character, even in tournament before. But it seems like Piranha Plant's an actual good option against Rob. Like, this is honestly surprising. And it seems like Insignia's scrapping with Piranha Plant, too, not even camping, not even doing anything really weird. It just seems like, oh my God, goes out to try to get that spike off. What is happening right now? I'm baffled.
Cabela's just trying and control his phase right now. He has to play very, very safe because of his damage percentage rate of the spike ball going out. Once again, just trying to control a lot of space right here, but this is a dangerous position to be in. It's actually going to carry Cabela back up to the ledge before footstooling him back down, and now the laser comes out, is able to guard it, staying alive right now, only 37% on Insignia right now, but Cabela is just continuing to control center space, and now is going to find a bunch of damage off of that. Take him off the side right there. 2-1 right now. Cabela still at 150% right now, so has the stock lead, but we'll see for how long. He's at death's door at the moment on this ledge, but he's going to stay alive for just a little bit longer. The laser coming out, just trying to find some extra damage here. Brings Insignia up to 24% right now while he just tries to control the ledge.
I've honestly never seen this before, but Insignia seems so good. Oh my God, oh no!
That was insane. I want to see the Piranha Plant again. I want to see the Piranha Plant come
Well,
back.
we heard him say that he might be playing it again. He's saying he's going to run it back, but that's so unfortunate. Getting the back air, but fast falling it. Oh my God, that's so sad.
Is he going to do it again? Is he going to do it again? We're seeing King DDD.
King DDD?
Seeing Piranha Plant versus King DDD.
Tim Allenoy's, huh?
This is interesting.
What?
This is interesting. Why not?
What is even happening? This just evolved. Am I in a dream right now? What is going on?
You know what? This might actually be the secret meta.
Secret meta is Piranha Plant.
They've been scouting overseas. This is like the secret Korean meta right now. Is the King DDD Piranha Plant top 2 at the moment?
This is like Lee Sin. This is like Lee Sin Xin Zhao bot lane in China. Like, I'm unsure what's happening right now. Like, this is crazy. But Insignia's Piranha Plant seems to be just scrapping right now. Not even like trying to set up anything like crazy. Just like using back air fair and air just proficiently with the side B. Back air and Piranha Plant I know is like really good at killing, but DD is just able to suck Piranha Plant right now. Piranha Plant is going to get back on stage. Forward smash coming out, but not hitting the sweet spot, just hitting that. Gordo's coming out seems like a big part of this matchup. It seems like DDD is just really playing around the Gordos, trying to just suck Piranha Plant as much as possible. This is honestly such a hard situation to be in. I wonder if this is actually the counter pick to Piranha Plant. It seems like it's doing decently.
He's able to contest a lot of his options very well, and the Gordo is going to be able to just sit on the ledge right there. Unfortunate position to be in, and Insignia is going to fall off of the bottom right now. I mean, this is 2-1 Caleb right now, right? So this is potentially tournament point right now.
Dude, this is like the counter pick to like, I have no clue what's happening right now. I don't know if this is like a tertiary pick for Kabbalah. I don't know if this is like just like a fun thing that Insignia tried to play and it worked versus Rob. Oh my God, but the downer coming out and just managing to SD. I don't know what's happening. It's turned into for fun gaming. I'm not really sure.
We're just getting a little silly right now out here on SNHU campus at the moment. Things are getting a little bit goofy here in the banquet hall. So we're seeing at the moment, Cabela just trying to get back on stage, trying to stabilize a little bit here. But at the moment, I mean, we see Piranha Plant is so good at just controlling the ledge, has a ton of options for this. Even if he's able to get back up, he is going to get poisoned. And now Insignia is taking some big damage here from DDD as he continues to just play forward here, but he's going to get thrown off the side. The spike ball coming out. Now both people off the edge. I think it's the first time we've seen both players not on the ground and one hasn't died in like 4 minutes.
Oh my God, that forward smash was so scary. Just being able to roll perfectly out of that. But Insignia does have % lead. Maybe not any longer, though. DDD does a lot of damage, but it seems like Insignia did really good at just sort of edge guarding DDD. But honestly, this is crazy. Oh my God, the hammer. Oh, that scared the hell out of me. But it's, oh my God, the forward air just barely coming out. This It's crazy.
Right, but Insignia's at 115% right now, so he is not long for this world, and Cabela's immediately going to show him the door as we tie things back up 1-1. Final stock right here, potentially tournament point for Cabela right now if he's able to clinch out this game on the goofy pick, King DDD. We'll see, as Insignia is doing a good job at trying to control around the ledge. He's able to kind of lock him down with a lot of his options, the spike ball, the poison gas, all of those kind of stop you from really moving and stop you from really playing aggressive without potentially losing really hard on a trade.
Honestly, I'm unsure what's going on, but Insignia is doing a really good job just really knowing. It seems like this isn't his first time playing Piranha Plant, but the stage spike, oh my god.
All right, Insignia is able to keep himself in the game as he brings it back with Piranha Plant. Now 1-2, Cabela.
Okay, his plant go hard.
He's staying alive, Piranha Plant go crazy. Piranha Plant is going crazy right now, and I hope we get to see it come back again. It might be like, okay, well, I won my game with Piranha Plant. No, he's staying on it. Is he?
Oh my god, he's staying Piranha Plant versus Rob.
It's Piranha Plant versus Rob right now. This
is match point for Kabbalah, though, right? And this is Insignia's first actual win. He might be able to reverse. Like, he was doing really good versus the Rob, but I wonder if that DDD game was just trying to figure out what Piranha Plant actually does, because I don't even know if you know how to, like, play against this character. Like, I wouldn't. I don't know this character's matchups. I don't really know what it does. So it's honestly really weird to see come out. Right now, Insignia is playing really well. It is honestly really weird. It seems like both players have center stage right now. Insignia just getting those sweet little confirms, getting out that nair, sort of stopping Rob from doing what he's doing. Rob is off stage right now, and it seems like Insignia is just comfortable with the Piranha Plant going out really, really deep because that recovery is just so good. But managing to get that fair, you know, they are a pretty even percent. It seems like Insignia is doing a good job really spacing around that gyro and really putting Rob into bad situations. But Insignia does manage to get down thrown. But the up air coming out, not actually able to kill, but the snap almost coming out. The down air is such a scary situation. Oh, Insignia fastballing, perfectly stopping that. Down tilt coming out from Insignia. Back air will get Rob off stage, but the neutral B from Rob allows him to get back to stage really quick. Side B coming out. Insignia is now off stage. Gyro is almost in a perfect position, but the down air coming out, just spiking Insignia for that up B. That up B seems to be probably the detriment of this character, but Insignia goes so deep, trying to go for another down air, another one after that. It seems like Rob right now does have center control, managing to get these up airs, getting 41% on Insignia. However, Rob is at 124. That is an awful angle for Rob to be at because of that spike ball. Just barely able to clip Rob there.
All right, my man is kind of cooking on Piranha Plant right now. He's able to tie things back up now 2-2 once again as Insignia is still staying in this right now, but Cabela at the moment is just kind of scary against the Piranha Plant right now. You got to be always kind of worried. Oh, this is so unfortunate. He's getting clipped right now at the moment, but Insignia is staying alive. He's just barely hanging on right now at 140%. Cabela trying to stay up, trying to just stay on this ledge, trying to just keep the pressure up. Insignia runs back in, but he's running directly into that down tilt over and over. The gyro drops in on him. It gets some big shield damage in there. The spin comes through. 170% right now for Insignia. And Cabela is only at 11. Same stock. Very scary situation right now as Insignia just trying to, look how scared he's playing. He does not want to touch the ground at all, but the moment he does, Cabela is right there to send him back up into the sky and out into the crowd. Now down to the final stock for Insignia. This is potentially tournament stock for Cabela right now, 40% on Insignia already. As they try and just contest the middle of this stage at the moment. Insignia at 70% already. He's just building damage so fast.
Insignia just barely able to get the snip, goes for a forward smash whips, get the nair to shield poke. Rob having center stage right now, barely being able to control, but Insignia gets Rob down on the ground. Nair coming through. Insignia does manage to throw that gyro down bottom, but Insignia getting on the platform in a disadvantaged situation, but the gyro actually blocking the snip. It seems like Insignia is on ledge right now, just trying to get back into center stage. Insignia does get center stage. Rob is on ledge. Oh my god, that was a favorable trade for Insignia. That smoke does so much damage.
Now 190% for Insignia right now, and he's going to get hit with that and go up off the top. That's going to be it. Your winner for the November Granite State Grind is Cabela on the Rob, bringing it back. We're seeing the Rob in the top 3 again, of course, is always such a consistent, such a good pick to see out here in the Got to see the Piranha Plant, though. First time ever seeing Piranha Plant here on this campus at all. I've never seen anyone play that character.
I've never seen anyone in in friendlies, in tournament. I haven't even seen it been played like high level play. Like I haven't seen it PGR. I haven't seen it anywhere. Oh, but it seems like the music. Oh, seems like the music did come through a little bit.
We've been having trouble getting game audio in the space this whole time, and then the moment we pick up the switch to start disassembling, it comes through the speakers.
That is crazy.
I love AV.
technology.
I love AV in
But
particular.
as we saw, that was just such a good play by Insignia. You know, that game was so crazy. Like, I was just back and forth and back and forth. But that's really Granite State grind for you.
Oh, yeah, a really great end to the night. That is going to be all for us for the day. But for the week, we're just getting started. We've got tomorrow, Valorant playoffs, a week full of playoffs. Week 1 of the NECC playoffs is happening this week. So we'll be back tomorrow with NECC playoffs, and they're going to be happening all week. Literally every single day this week is playoffs. So it's going to be a big, big week for SNHU Esports. Be sure to keep up to date with that on our Twitter, which is at SNHU Esports. We'll find all sorts of match updates, score updates, anything about going on in the arena, any sort of events, anything like that. You'll find everything going on there. So it's going to be a big, big week for SNHU. Should be a lot of fun with the streams this week as well. And speaking of fun, later this week on Wednesday, we will be having live in the arena. We'll be having all the computers open for the Warzone 2.0 launch. So be sure to come down and play that. The moment it opens, come down in the arena, hop on the computers, and start grinding for those Warzone dubs. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that's all for us tonight. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with NECC playoffs for Valorant. We'll see you then.
See you then.
In this match, Steven still holding on to the lead at 100%. Marshall Peach